September 8th, 2022, 6:30 p.m. Buckingham Palace issues statement. The Queen died peacefully at Balmoral this afternoon. Britain stops. World stops. Queen Elizabeth II, longest reigning monarch in British history, is gone. Within hours, questions begin. What happens to crown? What happens to estates? What happens to fortune? And most importantly, what's in the will? Answer arrives swiftly, coldly. Definitively, nobody will know. Not today, not tomorrow, not for 90 years. This is the story of the most secretive will in modern history. A document locked in vault that nobody can see. A fortune hidden behind royal privilege, and a tradition so old, so protected, so absolute that even death cannot break its silence. Queen Elizabeth II left behind estimated $500 million personal fortune, plus Balmoral Castle, plus Sandringham Estate, plus jewels worth hundreds of millions, plus art collection, plus horses, plus investments, all distributed according to will that was sealed, locked in safe, and hidden in undisclosed London location within days of her death. The safe sits somewhere in London. Exact location classified. Only handful of people know where. Inside that safe, over 30 royal wills, sealed envelopes, each containing final wishes of deceased royal family member. Prince Philip's will. Locked away April 2021. Queen Mother's will. Sealed March 2002. Princess Margaret's will. Sealed same year. And now, Queen Elizabeth II's will joins them. Earliest will in safe dates to 1910. Prince Francis of Teck, brother of Queen Mary, grandmother of late Queen. His will started everything. Started tradition, started secrecy. Why? Because Prince Francis left valuable emeralds to his mistress, Countess of Kilmorey. Scandal erupted, embarrassment followed. Royal family decided never again. Seal all royal wills. Protect dignity, preserve privacy. Since then, every senior royal's will gets sealed. No exceptions, no transparency, no public access. Sir Andrew McFarlane guards the safe. High Court judge, dear president of family division, he revealed in 2021 statement, I am now custodian of safe in which there are over 30 envelopes, each of which purports to contain sealed will of deceased member of royal family. He doesn't know what's inside the envelopes. Nobody does. Not allowed to open them. His job, keep them sealed, keep them secret, keep them locked away for 90 years. That's new rule. McFarlane established it after Prince Philip's death. Before Philip died, royal wills sealed indefinitely, forever, never to be opened. But McFarlane changed protocol, set 90-year limit. Why 90 years? Long enough that everyone involved is dead. Long enough that secrets don't matter anymore. Long enough that embarrassment fades. After 90 years, will gets reviewed. Not opened to public. Reviewed. 3 people examine it. Keeper of Royal Archives, Attorney General, any surviving close relatives. They decide, make it public or keep it sealed longer. Odds of Queen Elizabeth's will ever becoming public? Nearly 0. Why? Because she's not just royal family member. She's sovereign. Crown is above law. Queens will not subject to probate process, not subject to public record laws. Her will is automatically valid because of sovereign power. Normal British citizens, their wills become public record after death. Anyone can view them. Royal family, different rules, special privilege, complete secrecy. The Guardian newspaper challenged this in 2021, argued for transparency, demanded access to royal wills. Courts rejected challenge, ruled that royal wills must stay sealed to protect dignity of sovereign. Translation, royal family gets different treatment because they're royal. Public fury followed. Why should their wills be secret? What are they hiding? If regular people's wills are public, why not theirs? No answers, just silence. So what do we know about Queen Elizabeth's will? Almost nothing. Only speculation, educated guesses. Her personal wealth estimated at $340 to $500 million in 2015. Probably grew since then. Major source, Duchy of Lancaster. Private estate generating income for sovereign. Portfolio of lands, properties, assets held in trust. 2022 value, approximately $652 million. Generated net surplus of over $20 million that year. But Duchy of Lancaster doesn't appear in will. It's an inalienable asset of crown. Passes automatically sovereign to sovereign without being mentioned. Same with Crown Estate, same with official palaces, same with crown jewels. Those belong to institution of monarchy, not individual monarch. What does appear in will? Personal possessions, Balmoral Castle. Queen bought it herself. Private property, Sandringham Estate, also privately owned, art collection. Some pieces personal, some institutional. Jewelry, massive collection. Some crown property, some personal. Horses. Queen loved her horses. Breeding operation worth millions. Investments. Stock portfolio, bonds, various holdings. Personal effects of the art photographs, letters, mementos from 70-year reign. Who inherits? Safe assumption. King Charles III, primary beneficiary. He became king moment his mother died. Inherited most sovereign to sovereign assets automatically. But personal estate? Will decides that. Speculation suggests Charles inherits both. Then distributions to other children. Anne, Andrew, Edward. Grandchildren probably receive specific bequests. William, Harry, Beatrice, Eugenie. Others. Great-grandchildren possibly included. George, Charlotte, Louis, Archie, Lilibet. Close friends might receive mementos. Loyal staff members might get bequests. Charity certainly included. Queen supported hundreds during lifetime. Will likely continues that support. But exact details? Nobody knows. Nobody will know. Not even royal family members know full contents. Charles knows he's primary beneficiary. Others know they're included, but complete distribution, that stays in sealed envelope. Here's what makes this extraordinary. Timing. Queen Elizabeth knew she was dying. Terminal diagnosis came months before death. Paul Burrell, former royal butler, claimed she learned she had bone cancer. Her response, well, that's shame. Then she asked doctors. Next year is my platinum jubilee year, and I'd quite like to have seen that. Can you keep me alive for that? They did. She made it to June 2022 celebrations, marked 70 years on throne. 3 months later, she died, which means she had time to update will, time to make final decisions, time to ensure everything distributed exactly as she wanted. She spent final months at Balmoral, her favorite place. Scottish Highlands, where she felt most at peace. Princess Anne stayed with her final 24 hours, called it honor and privilege to be there. Queen's last official act. Meeting new Prime Minister Liz Truss, September 6th, 2 days before death. Photograph shows frail Queen, smiling weakly, shaking Truss's hand. Within 48 hours, she was gone. Will was already prepared, already sealed, already ready to lock away. Within days, it joined Philip's will in safe. Sealed envelope, secret contents. 90-year countdown began. Year 2112. That's when review happens. That's earliest possible date for any disclosure. By then, Charles will be long dead. William will be dead. George might be dead. Everyone who knew Queen Elizabeth personally will be gone. That's the point. That's why 90 years. But even then, disclosure unlikely. Because precedent says, keep secrets secret. Consider Queen Mother's will. Elizabeth's mother. Died March 2002. She left entire estate to daughter Queen Elizabeth. Requested specific bequests to staff members. Those staff bequests subject to normal inheritance tax. Everything else tax-free under sovereign to sovereign exemption. Queen Elizabeth transferred most important pictures and artworks to royal collection, made them public property. Works by Monet, Nash, Carl Fabergé, displayed at Queen's Gallery, Buckingham Palace. But rest of will, sealed. Nobody knows complete details. Same with Princess Margaret's will, Elizabeth's sister, also died 2002. In 2007, a man named Robert Andrew Brown claimed to be Margaret's illegitimate son. He applied to unseal her will, wanted proof of connection. Courts rejected application, called his claim irrational, denied access to will. Will stayed sealed. Still sealed today. Will remain sealed until at least 2092. That's pattern, that's tradition. That's absolute rule. Royal will stay secret forever. Public has no right to know. Media has no right to investigate. Courts won't force disclosure. Why? To protect dignity of sovereign and close family members. That's official justification. Repeated endlessly. Never explained. What dignity needs protecting? What embarrassment are they avoiding? Nobody says. Nobody explains. Nobody has to, because royal family operates under different rules. 1993 agreement between Queen Elizabeth and John Major's government established this clearly. Queen agreed to pay income tax for first time. In exchange, sovereign to sovereign bequests became tax exempt. Normal inheritance tax in UK, 40% on estates over certain threshold. Queen Elizabeth's $500 million estate would owe approximately $200 million in taxes. Instead, zero. Nothing. Tax-free transfer to Charles because he's sovereign, because Crown needs resources to function, because monarchy is institution requiring financial independence. Public accepted this grudgingly. Fine, no inheritance tax. But at least make will public. Answer, no, will stays sealed. Why? Dignity of sovereign. What does that mean? Silence. This is what enrages critics. This is what fuels anti-monarchy sentiment. Not just that royal family has wealth, not just that they live in palaces, but that they operate under completely different legal system, different rules, different standards, and use dignity as excuse to hide everything. Graham Smith, CEO of Republic Anti-Monarchy Group, said after Queen's death, royal secrecy is fundamentally undemocratic. If public cannot see how monarchs' wealth is distributed, how can we trust system? He added. Queen Elizabeth benefited from public money, public support, public deference her entire life. Public deserves transparency about her estate. Royal family responded with silence. Buckingham Palace issued no statement about will, no acknowledgement of controversy, no explanation of secrecy, just locked it away and moved on. King Charles III became monarch, inherited throne, inherited wealth, inherited privilege, and inherited same system of secrecy his mother maintained. His own will when he dies will also be sealed, also hidden, also locked away for 90 years. Same with William's will eventually. Same with George's. The safe keeps growing. More envelopes, more secrets, more wills that nobody can see. Sir Andrew McFarlane guards them all. Custodian of royal secrets. He admitted in 2021 hearing, I have no knowledge of contents of sealed documents. He can't open them, can't examine them, can't reveal them. His job is simply keep them locked. What could be in Queen Elizabeth's will that requires such secrecy? Speculation runs wild. Maybe she left nothing to Prince Harry, cut him out completely after he left royal duties. That would be explosive revelation. Maybe she left significant sum to Prince Andrew despite his scandals. That would enrage public. Maybe she distributed wealth unequally among children, favored some over others, created family tensions. Maybe she left bequests to people nobody knows about, secret friendships, hidden relationships. Maybe she included personal messages, explanations for decisions, final thoughts on family conflicts. Maybe she revealed information about royal finances that would embarrass institution. Maybe she documented things that happened during 70-year reign that monarchy once buried. Or maybe there's nothing controversial at all. Maybe it's straightforward distribution of assets to family and charities. We don't know. We'll never know. That's the genius of sealing wills. Speculation can't be confirmed or denied. Every theory remains possible. Every scandal stays alive in imagination. And royal family never has to address any of it. The cameras turn to Balmoral, where Queen Elizabeth died peacefully, surrounded by family. The cameras turn to London, where her will sits in locked safe, surrounded by secrets. Longest reigning monarch in British history. 70 years of service, 70 years of dedication, and her final wishes hidden from the people she served, locked away for 90 years, maybe forever. Because royal family operates above law, above transparency, above accountability. Queen Elizabeth II is gone, but her secrets live on, in sealed envelope, in locked safe, in undisclosed location, guarded by judge who can't open it, protected by tradition that won't break, $500 million fortune distributed according to document nobody can see. That's the reality of modern monarchy. That's the price of dignity. Public gets no answers. Public gets no access. Public gets nothing, except knowledge that somewhere in London, locked in safe they'll never find, sits envelope containing Queen Elizabeth's final wishes. Wishes that will stay secret until year 2112. By then, everyone who cares will be dead. That's not accident. That's the plan. Queen Elizabeth's will, most secretive legal document in modern world, sealed, hidden, locked away for 90 years, maybe forever, because royal privilege demands it, because tradition requires it, because dignity of sovereign matters more than public's right to know. The great British monarchy, the institution of transparency and accountability, until it comes to money, until it comes to wills, until it comes to secrets. Then, different rules, different standards, different treatment. Queen Elizabeth II served Britain for 70 years. Britain will never know what she left behind. The safe keeps its secrets. The will stays sealed, and nobody can do anything about it. That's royal privilege. That's royal power. That's the will nobody will ever read.